Mary Patton was one of those people you couldn't forget on Storage Wars. With her quirky charm and a magical knack for turning junk into gold, she had a way of drawing people in. Whether she was bidding on mysterious storage units or transforming rusty antiques into jaw-dropping creations, she always brought something special to the show. But then, just like that, she disappeared. No big farewell, no announcement, just gone. Fans were left wondering, what happened to Mary? Did she leave the storage locker world for good? Or is she still out there hunting for treasures? Mary never planned on a life of bidding wars and dusty storage units. Born on August 24, 1980, in Dallas, Texas, she was always drawn to creativity. Interestingly, she came from a family with a bit of a show business touch. Her father, John Patton, was a well-known businessman, while her mother, Teresa, worked as a Texas real estate agent. Maybe that's where Mary developed her talent for spotting hidden potential. It seems to run in the family. She had an eye for beauty in the simplest things, which made sense considering where she started, behind the lens of a camera. She studied photojournalism at the University of Texas at Austin, capturing stories with just one click. After college, she took a big leap, straight into the heart of New York City. Imagine a small-town Texas girl suddenly working as an assistant editor at Architectural Digest, one of the most prestigious design magazines. Surrounded by luxury interiors, high-end furniture, and cutting-edge design, it seemed like a dream job for someone with a passion for aesthetics. But despite the glamour, something felt off. Mary loved creativity, but New York's fast pace lacked the charm she grew up with. She wasn't just drawn to sleek, expensive designs. She had a fascination with the old, the forgotten, and the overlooked. Walking through the city streets or flipping through design magazines, she found herself more captivated by vintage items, the stories behind things people discarded. That's when she had a light bulb moment. Why just admire beautiful things when she could create them? Instead of staying in the corporate world, she made a bold move back to Texas and opened her own boutique, Mary's Finds. Her shop became a treasure trove of vintage pieces, upcycled furniture, and quirky antiques. Think Junkyard meets art gallery. But Mary didn't just sell objects. She curated stories through every piece, turning forgotten items into must-have treasures. Funny how a girl with a camera in New York ended up digging through storage units in Texas, right? Her transition into the world of Storage Wars felt almost destined. As a young woman, she stood out not just for her infectious personality, but for her rare blend of beauty and brains. Her quick wit, radiant smile, and eye for hidden gems made her a natural on-screen. While other bidders chased big-ticket items, Mary had a gift for uncovering the charm in things others overlooked. Despite her on-screen magnetism, her personal life has remained a mystery. Being on reality TV often means personal drama takes center stage, but Mary has always kept her private life just that, private. Fans have speculated about her love life for years, but she's never let relationships define her public image. Maybe that's part of what makes her so captivating, her ability to keep us guessing while staying true to herself. Because she was so focused on her passion for vintage finds and building her business, or maybe because Mary just likes to keep things private, she was rarely seen with a partner before she made it onto Storage Wars. Some fans even started to wonder, how is someone like her not in a relationship? After all, she had all the qualities people look for: beautiful, smart, and fun to be around. But Mary's focus was always on the things that truly lit her up, like her shop, Mary's Finds, and her creative ventures. She seemed to find fulfillment in building something for herself, rather than seeking out a relationship that could distract her from her goals. Though there were no major headlines or gossip about her love life before the show, that didn't stop her from becoming a fan favorite. Her charm and warm personality made her incredibly likable, and it wasn't long before people were asking, is Mary seeing anyone? But even when the cameras rolled, she maintained a sense of mystery when it came to her relationships. And who could blame her? Now, on to something that will surprise you. Believe it or not, before she became the star we all know from Storage Wars, she actually won an online, most likely to become a reality TV star award. Sounds pretty wild, right? Who could have predicted that a quirky young woman running a vintage shop in Texas would one day be rummaging through storage units on TV? But it turns out the signs were already there. It's almost like fate was giving Mary Patton a little nudge before she even knew what was coming. So, when Mary won the most likely to become a reality TV star award online, it felt like a sign that her destiny was already being written. You could almost hear the universe whispering, "Get ready, Mary, something big is coming." It wasn't long after that she got the call to join Storage Wars, Texas, and everything seemed to fall into place. That award wasn't just a fun little prediction. It was more like an early clue that Mary was on the path to something extraordinary. She was already being noticed, already standing out, and when the producers spotted her in 2012, it was a perfect match. It was the perfect opportunity for her chance to take her love of treasure hunting to a whole new level. When she first joined the cast, it didn't take long for her to show viewers exactly why she was such a great fit for the show. In fact, she quickly became a fan favorite from the moment she appeared on screen. Mary's creative finds were unlike anything fans had seen before. She didn't just look for valuable items. She looked for the weird, the quirky, and the pieces that would make people say, "Whoa, that's actually really cool." Her eye for potential was unmatched, a skill not everyone has, and it's part of what made her so captivating to watch. But it wasn't just the treasure she found that got people hooked. It was her. Mary had this infectious energy that made it impossible not to root for her. Whether she was jumping into a bidding war, cracking jokes, or showing off her latest find, you couldn't help but be drawn to her. She was relatable, funny, and a little bit unpredictable, which made for some great TV moments. Although she wasn't an original cast member, Mary quickly became one of the most recognizable faces on the show, earning a loyal fan base thanks to her vibrant personality and knack for finding hidden treasures. In Storage Wars, Texas, the premise was similar to the original Storage Wars. Bidders would compete against each other for the contents of abandoned storage units, often hoping to find valuable items that had been left behind. Mary's unique skill set stood out from the rest. She had an amazing ability to spot potential in seemingly useless or discarded items, and she could turn even the most junked-out finds into something valuable. Her relationships with her fellow cast members also added an extra layer to the show. She had a playful, sometimes competitive dynamic with her fellow bidders, and fans loved watching the friendly rivalry unfold. Her chemistry with the rest of the cast, like the gruff but lovable Ricky and the savvy, witty Ivy, whom she refers to as her BF, created some of the best moments of the show. Mary's debut on Storage Wars, Texas was just the beginning of what became a standout career. She didn't just become a regular. She became the Junkster, a title she wore proudly. And it's no surprise, her enthusiasm was contagious, her instincts were sharp, and her finds were nothing short of impressive. You never knew what she'd pull out next, but you knew it was going to be good. After making her mark on Storage Wars, Texas, Mary Patton's journey took an exciting turn when she joined the original Storage Wars show in its 5th season in 2014. That's when things really started to take off for her. Fans who had already fallen in love with her on the spin-off were thrilled to see her bring her infectious energy to the main show. And it didn't take long for her to carve out a place for herself among the veteran bidders. While the other bidders were focused on big-ticket items, Mary's eye was drawn to the quirky, unexpected finds. Whether it was a vintage lamp, a dusty old painting, or an assortment of oddball items, Mary could always see the potential in things others might overlook. She didn't just see junk. She saw hidden gems waiting to be polished up and given a new life. As the seasons went on, Mary became more integral to the show. She was no longer just a guest star. She was a key buyer, appearing in multiple seasons and building a reputation as someone who could be counted on to bring both excitement and success to the bidding wars. Her combination of hard work, creativity, and that unmistakable energy made her a standout on Storage Wars. And, of course, who could forget her dynamic with the other cast members? From her playful rivalry with Dave Hester to her friendly banter with Brandy and Jared, Mary always brought her authentic self to the show, creating some of the most memorable moments. It wasn't just about the treasures. It was about the people, the personalities, and the way Mary's good-natured approach made the whole experience more enjoyable to watch. Known for being the bright, camera-ready star on Storage Wars, Mary's bond with her siblings is something that she holds near and dear. Family has always been her foundation, and she often talks about how her siblings have played a huge role in shaping who she is today. What many might not know is how dedicated Mary is to her business beyond the world of Storage Wars. While she's known for her shop, Mary's Finds, her entrepreneurial spirit runs deep. She's a driven woman who's always thinking about ways to innovate, expand, and grow her brand. The shop isn't just a place to sell vintage items. It's her passion project, a place where she pours her creativity into every item, making sure each piece has a story to tell. She's not just about finding treasures. She's about turning those treasures into something people can appreciate in a new light. But her life outside the cameras is also about balance. Mary has made it clear that while she loves what she does and thrives in the fast-paced world of TV and business, she knows how important it is to take time for herself. She loves spending time with her loved ones and staying grounded, even when the limelight is shining down on her. She was at her peak, riding high on the success of Storage Wars, capturing hearts with her unique blend of charm, humor, and an eye for treasure. Fans couldn't get enough of her, and it seemed like Mary Padian was everywhere. Then, as swiftly as she came into the spotlight, she vanished. One moment, she was bidding on storage units and making viewers laugh, and the next, she was off the show. Fans are left scratching their heads. Why did Mary leave, and where did she go? It wasn't a typical exit, no shocking drama or public feuds. Instead, it was more like a quiet shift in direction, one that left fans wondering what happened behind the scenes. It wasn't an easy decision, but Mary had her reasons. Her departure was a natural shift in priorities as her life and career evolved. So, after Storage Wars ended in 2019, you might have thought that we would no longer hear from Mary Padian, that she had disappeared from the show. But nope, she was just getting started. Life after the show has been an exciting chapter for Mary, and she's been busy expanding her horizons in all kinds of cool ways. First up, let's talk about Mary's Finds. With the end of Storage Wars, Mary went full throttle into growing her vintage shop. She had always been passionate about finding treasures, and now she had even more time to focus on her business. She didn't just stop at her physical shop, she expanded her online presence, giving more people the chance to shop her hand-picked vintage items. Whether it's quirky furniture, unique decor, or one-of-a-kind finds, Mary's shop became a go-to for people looking to add a little personality to their homes. The transition from TV star to businesswoman felt like a natural move, and Mary made it her own. But that's not all. Mary has kept her social media game strong. She's super active on Instagram, where she shares everything from DIY projects to her latest vintage treasures. It's like getting a peek behind the scenes of Mary's Finds and her personal life. Fans get to see her passion for design, her love for cooking, and even a few personal updates here and there. It's not just about promoting her business. It's about staying connected to her audience and sharing what makes her tick. You can tell that Mary enjoys engaging with her followers and showing off her creative side. Plus, she's always got that same infectious energy that made her such a hit on Storage Wars. Aside from running her business and posting her latest finds, Mary continues to make public appearances. Whether she's attending vintage markets, participating in pop-up events, or connecting with fans at special meet and greets, she's still very much a part of the vintage and interior design world. It's like she never really left. It's just that now, she's doing things on her own terms. People still love to meet the woman behind the treasure-hunting persona, and Mary enjoys getting the chance to interact with her fans in real life. Even with her busy lifestyle, Mary still knows how to take a breather. Between juggling her thriving business, public appearances, and social media presence, she has managed to maintain a solid relationship with her boyfriend, whom she met a few years ago. While Mary might not be married yet, she and Dylan seem to have built a strong, supportive bond. They've kept their relationship relatively low-key, which is probably why fans don't see much of him on her social media or in the public eye. However, from what little she has shared, it's clear that Dylan values her space, supports her passions, and is a big part of her life. Whether they're exploring new places, sharing quiet moments together, or enjoying her vintage finds, Mary and Dylan's relationship appears to be in a good place, built on love and mutual respect. Mary and Dylan reportedly met a few years ago, but not much is known about the exact details of their first meeting. It seems they hit it off quickly, with Mary occasionally mentioning him in social media posts. They've kept the beginning of their relationship relatively private, and Mary has never gone into too much detail about how they met. However, she has made it clear that Dylan is someone special to her. Fans first started learning about Mary's relationship when she posted a few pictures of them together on Instagram. She tends to share personal moments on social media, and over time, her followers picked up on subtle hints about Dylan as he started appearing more frequently in her posts. Fans began recognizing him as her boyfriend. Despite this, Dylan's presence on Mary's social media remains pretty low-key, and it's clear that she values their privacy. She has shared glimpses of their relationship, moments from vacations, casual outings, or just the two of them relaxing at home. While some fans have been curious about the details of their relationship, Mary has always been respectful of their private life, letting her audience enjoy her posts without oversharing. So while she hasn't made a big public announcement about how they met, it's clear that their relationship is strong. Fans have come to appreciate the glimpses into Mary's personal life, and it's refreshing to see that she has kept things real, focusing on her career, her passions, and her connection with Dylan. But here's the thing. Given how much we've come to know about Mary over the years, we can't help but wonder what's next for her and Dylan. Will we see more of their relationship in the future, or will they continue to keep things under wraps? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure. Mary's journey, both in love and in life, never fails to leave us curious about what's coming next.